record straight. You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have Alex Bowman in the number 48 Ally Night edition of the primary paint scheme. We reviewed the primary paint scheme yesterday. If you want to go check that out, link in the description below if you have not seen it already. But this scheme is awesome. There's one thing I'm kind of nitpicking, and that's the blue 48 on the side. Don't know why they chose that. I'm not really a fan. Like, I get it because there's a little bit of blue in the paint scheme itself, but in terms of like a number, I'm not really a fan. Other than that, I think this car is pretty much perfect. Now, of course, surprisingly, that's actually not any type of bias or anything like that, but I actually really like this car. Just the blue door number kind of kills it for me. It kind of looks out of place, because if you look at the side here, you see all the white. You got the white Ally, a white 48, white A on the hood, and then a blue door number. I'm not really a fan. And kind of top it all off, you got the white Ally on the decklet too. So, I mean, it's just not really there for me. I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm going to give it an 8.5 just from what I see right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, of course. But I do like this one better than the standard version, which is not called the day version of the car. Like, it's not the Ally Day and this one's the Ally Night. It's just your standard, then you got the night version of that standard car. But again, either way, it looks pretty freaking fantastic. So, this is one I've been wanting to get ever since I saw it was going to be ran. So, finally, we got some 2023 diecast in the house today. So, speaking of 2023 diecast, we actually have more on the way, like 8 or 9 more, and we got some goodies. We got 2 Kyle Busch paint schemes coming in 2023. That one's going to be awesome, or those are going to be awesome. Got a couple race wins, maybe like 1 or 2. I don't really remember exactly. I know we got the Bubba Wallace race win from 2022. Not a lot of people are a fan of that, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Got some new Junior Motorsports Xfinity paint schemes coming soon. We got one for Junior, which I don't even think has ran yet. Then we got one for Josh Berry. Just a bunch of really good paint schemes, so keep an eye out for that diecast haul whenever it comes in, which should be within the next 4 or 5 days. But anyway, with that being said, night being out of the way, let's go ahead and get this diecast review underway. Here's the diecast out of the box. Now, I was actually just kind of taking a second to look at it out of the box, and it's like, dude, no matter what angle you have this thing at, it looks so sharp. Like, it's nice. I mean, this almost looks like something you would see like one of the Paint Scream, oh my god, Paint Scream, I keep saying Scream, Paint Scheme creators, that's where the was coming from. Like some of the Paint Scheme creators that would just, make like fantasy paint schemes and stuff. This looks like something they would do. Like, this is top notch. This looks amazing. And again, it's not biased. I love this car. I don't care if it was Larson. I don't care if it was Bubba Wallace. This car looks great. Again, the blue's kind of throwing it off for me in terms of the door number. But, like, if they match, like, look at that blue. That on the roof and hood, that's a pretty blue. Like, that's gorgeous. Now, maybe, because it's not the same blue, if we had that blue on the door, maybe it'd look a little better. But I think white is probably the safest way to go. But maybe, because again, like, the blue is different. This is like a light blue. This is like a cyan blue. And it's not really the same, like a baby blue. It's not really the same, like, light blue going on there. But if it was that same type of blue, that same shading, I think it'd look pretty killer on the side of this car. So, unfortunately, I do think it kind of, ruins the paint scheme a little bit. But overall, this thing is nice. I mean, it looks good. Now, the hood almost reminds me of, like, some, like, old school, or not old school, but maybe some, like, oh, God, it's hard to say, but it's like, it almost looks like a computer background, like a default computer background, but like one of the really pretty ones, like the colorful ones, the ones with, like, a bunch of lines. You know what I'm talking about? Just kind of something like that, but it looks really good. I mean, it looks a little pixelated, but I'm just going to throw that on just it being, decaling, kind of hard to get all those colors in there. Look, super good, but I mean, it still looks good nonetheless. I got the hood louvers there, got the A for the Ally ZL1, you got the roof flaps there, you got Bowman and the Chevy bow tie on the windshield. On the roof, you got those 2 stripes, almost like racing stripes for the blue, looks really nice. Of course, it kind of matches up with the hood down there. Got the 48 outlined in black. I love that. I love how they did that. I wish I did that with the Ally Do It Right. Now, the Do It Right on here is easier to read than the white one, but, I mean, you know, I wish they just did it all white. That way it was even easier, or do, like, some type of outline or something like that. That way it's just a little bit easier to read and, you know, a little easier to see. Bowman on the rear name banner there. Ally Do It Right on the deck lid. You got the, let's see, Ally Do It Right, Camaro ZL1, got the 48, Valvoline, you got the taillights, you got the spoiler back here with the pop rivets, those always look really good. Hendrick Motorsports, I'm sorry, HendrickCars.com, Do It Right in pink, I kind of like that. Valvoline, Alex Bowman, Ally, 48, got the transition, super, you know, like, just super, I don't know, like, universal looking thing. It almost looks like, the universe. No, not the universe. Space. No, not space. Kinda something like space. I don't really know how to say that, but it looks good nonetheless. I mean, it looks really nice. Transitions, got all the lines throughout the car. It's almost a full car design other than the back end, and I think that makes it look so much better because it's not completely covered. So it looks so much better. Alex Bowman on the name banner. For the B-posts, we got Chevy, let's see, Alex Alto, Cincinnati, Climb, whatever that is. Freightliner, Mac Tools, and Simon's there. Got, again, the Ally 48. You got the Cup Series logo with the NASCAR 75th anniversary logo there, too. Goodyear, of course, you got to have Goodyear on there. And then you got Sunoco, and moving on to the front. This thing actually looks pretty nice on the front end. It's not incredible, but, I mean, it looks good. Let's kind of brighten this up a little bit there. So you got the bow tie, 48, you got the headlights and all that fun stuff there. I mean, it looks good. It really, really does. This is probably my favorite alternative paint scheme that Bowman has had. If I can get it to sit right, that'd be nice. Maybe. I'm going to slide it over a little bit. There we go. Again, just, it's not my favorite primary. I don't think this is primary because it's like it's a night car. It ran, actually, I think, didn't it run during the daytime? And the brighter car ran at night. Isn't that how that worked? If I recall correctly, I think the dark scheme ran in the more daylight race, and then the more brighter scheme ran in the darker race, but I don't know. But either way, car looks amazing, looks incredible. It's just that number on the door that really throws it away for me, and then the Ally Do It Right on the roof. Not outlined, it's kind of hard to see, so that's where the 0.5 came from. I would have just gave this, like, a 9, I guess, but that little roof detail on the back end there, I didn't like that, so I kind of knocked it down to an 8.5. So, I mean, yeah, either way, great car. It's just, there's a couple things that kind of switch on it, but either way, again, absolutely fantastic. If you're a Bowman fan, Hendrick fan, purple fan, dark colored cars fan, it don't matter. This is probably a really good pick to put in your collection. Because I know if I wasn't a Bowman fan, I would still get this car over the white one, just in general. I wouldn't have got both. If I had to pick one, it would be the night car all the way. It looks so much better. The colors are just, it kind of pops a little more because it's got that dark color base with kind of the more brighter colors on the top. It just looks really good. I'm glad to see some of the Bowman cars are getting made. I've actually got a couple decal sets that I'm going to make that was not made, like the Halloween theme that actually Noah Gragson drove for Bowman. It was like the black car, had like the bats and stuff on it for Halloween. I'm going to make that one. I got the decal set thanks to Diecastbuffet. I bought that off of them. And it's nice to see, again, some of them produced. That way I know for a fact they're not going to be slaughtered in the PTC waves that are coming out recently. So, yeah, just like kind of how they did the 2021 Nashville car. That thing got butchered. So, yeah, not fun at all. And then there was a couple other diecasts from the PTC line, or not PTC line. It might as well be at this point. From the Authentics line that was the PTC cars, and just destroyed them, made them look terrible. So I'm glad both this one and the white car had enough pre-orders to make the MOQ and actually got made. So fantastic. Might get a couple donor cars with the Gold Series interior and banners and stuff. That way I can make some of those customs I was talking about. But either way, again, fantastic car. It's nice to see Bowman getting a couple cars produced, and they were released at the same time, which was nice. I'm really hoping Bowman can snatch a couple wins this year. Maybe not a couple, but at least one. I would take one over none, because, of course, last year he only got one, and then I don't know if he would have got another one but he has won a race every year since 2019. I would like to keep that streak going. I think it's like a 4-year streak. 19, 2020, 2021, 2022. So yeah, so he's on a 4-year win streak right now. So if he gets another one, that would be very nice to say the least. But with that being said, I do believe that will be all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.